The new edition of Age of Sigmar is here, and with it, the requisite shiny new box set with an increased price tag. Is it worth it? Welcome to Miniatures Rundown. Today we're talking Age of Sigmar 4th edition, like everybody else, because it's exciting. And it's doubly exciting for us as fans of rats.
The Ratman.
Rats. Everybody.
Also, personally, I like these Stormcast.
I also love these Stormcast a lot. This is, for my money, and we'll get to that, my favorite launch box set of Warhammer so far.
That's fair.
Because I really like these new Stormcast, and Skaven finally getting that long-deserved, long-overdue refresh for the best Warhammer faction in my not-so-humble opinion.
Yeah.
But, B-U-T-T, it is $265.
It is.
Which is more than last edition, obviously, and more than even Leviathan was last year.
Mm-hmm.
I almost corrected myself. It was Leviathan, right? Yes.
It was Leviathan, and it was last year.
Leviathan was $250. This is $265. Now, there's the usual inflation.
Yeah.
GW price increases. But here's my thesis statement.
Okay.
I think they spent money on this box they didn't need to.
Oh, really?
So let's crack it open and take a look at what I'm talking about. So, Skaventide. Prerequisite, nice, shiny lithographic kind of thing that is usually dented up by all the crap inside.
Yeah. Is that meant to be, like, something that we're looking forward to, or is it just for, protection?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I have seen people who collect and hang these.
Oh.
You kind of have to get a good copy, though. I mean, I don't know if this is going to show up in our pictures, but this one has, pokey bits through where the sprues poke through.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm not upset about that. I don't keep them, personally.
Yeah, me
I throw them away. That's not new. And then the massive amount of plastic in here.
Lots of bases.
Lots and lots of bases. All right, that one's Rat Ogres.
Ooh.
Now, we talked a bit about this already, but Rat Ogres, for my money, are the favorite glow-up unit.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Although that's not saying much because of how low the bar was.
Yes. This is the Shield, the new Liberators?
Yes, those are the new Liberators, who look a lot like the old Liberators, except in Thunderstrike armor.
Yes.
And the only reason I don't say they're my favorite glow-up is because of
the Rat Ogres.
Rat Ogres.
See, I feel like the old to new Clan Rats was a better glow-up than these ones.
Yeah, I would agree. The difference is that the old Clan
Rats... The difference
Rats...
is 15 years?
That's true. that is true. That's a big part of it. The old Clan Rats looked bad in a way of, like, these were clearly designed for rank and flank.
Yeah.
The old Stormcast Liberators just kind of looked chunky and...
Yeah, I agree.
Not super heroic. Now, the new Prosecutors, for me, those are a miss.
You don't like the new Prosecutors?
I've already said this to you, and I maybe on a previous one.
You don't like GW Fire.
I don't like the fire energy wings. It's just not my bag.
I think they're cooler than the old ones.
Well, here's the thing. They are cooler than the old ones.
Fair.
The old ones didn't look particularly great. The old ones looked like they had no business flying.
Yes.
They were kind of going for this weird steampunk wing thing. It's like, leave that to the Caradron, man.
The only thing I actually like about the old ones better were the seals going down that created the flying stand.
Yes.
They were very bouncy because of that, but I feel like it could have benefited from a Night Haunt, where it's kind of like a combination to make it less bouncy.
And these have tactical rocks, right?
They have the largest tactical rocks.
Tactical terrain.
Tactical Turok as big as they are.
And then here we've got more new Liberators. Oh, wait, hold on. These are the new Liberators. I'm sorry. That first sprue, those are the Reclusians, I believe.
Oh, the Reclusians.
Or these? No, never mind. This is two sprues of Liberators.
Oh, yeah, it's the same sprue. It's the 10-man unit of Liberators.
New Brood Horror. Or Claw Lord on Brood Horror.
Yes.
This is a fantastic model.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this
For those of you who are familiar, the Claw Lord, the way he's set up is a reference to Queek Head Taker, because he had the spikes on his back with the heads on it. This guy doesn't have the heads. I'll probably put some heads on mine. Queek may have died in the old world, but
he lives on in Josh's heart.
Yeah, as Squeak Bread Maker, Skaven Baker.
Okay.
We'll workshop that. Got loaves of bread in the back.
Here, you can take the Skaven.
The Ratling.
Yes.
This one's tough for me. because this model is so amazing. But I really love the concept
of the
old models.
The old rattling gun and the Vermintide.
That's what I was about to say. Was what I wanted was a glow up into Vermintide style. I am heavy weapons rat. This is my weapon.
Yeah, that I feel like it was a really wasted opportunity to design something that cool and then use it just in Skaventide.
just Vermintide.
Vermintide. Damn it.
There's so many tides.
There's so many tides.
I agree. Maybe we can. What if it was like in a Warcry warband?
I like that.
Just one guy with a minigun.
That'd be sick. I mean, they did just take all the Warcry warbands out of the game.
Yeah, we can add more. We don't care.
That's true.
Giselles.
Yep.
Those are the ones who probably changed the least, like thematically.
Yeah. I mean, they changed from resin to plastic, but other than that,
thematically,
yeah. Watch, this is going to be one of the boxes that has something wrong with it. We did just open this.
Here's Mr. I forget what his name is.
Oh, the guy on the thing?
Yeah, the guy on the Crow Griff Charger.
Yeah.
I like the Crow Griffins.
You do?
Yes. I like that a lot.
They just look like Griff Chargers, but sad.
I would say less sad, more like I'm going to commit murder.
Oh.
I like how they're like, okay, we need to have the darker Reclusian chapter, but we need the Griffhounds to not be friendly bork bork creatures. How do we do that? Crows.
Yeah. Make them murderous.
Make them goth.
I did hear one of my friends say the other day they read the Stormcast stuff because it is out, and most of the guys that have a little pet, they're just a token, and you pop them for once per game. And of course, my thought was, all right, I need a 4-up board. Time to go down, little doggy.
What's that one meme where the gangster guy's holding the gun is like usually like me when I have to do X, and it's like the gangster guy, black guy with the bowl cutter hat. And he's like, with a gun.
Yeah.
This one is this makes me hopeful because. Well, hopeful and also
Oh.
Because this sprue right here has the new Warlock Engineer and the new Grey Seer on it. And as you can see, they are quite firmly meshed.
Yes, they are.
And then this one has the Stormcast heroes on it.
Okay.
Also quite firmly meshed. So we're probably just gonna, but you could split these two,
Yeah.
in half.
Easily.
So we're probably just gonna get a Heroes of Skaventide box, Heroes of the Tide. I don't know. I understand why they do that. I don't. Well, because it's cheaper to make this than it is to make two separate sprues.
You're right. But it's not as bad as even Leviathan was, which was like a thing and a unit and a thing all together.
Leviathan was the worst. So far, I'm not seeing any heroes mixed with troops here.
Which is probably just going to mean that all this is going to come out separately, which is great.
I'm game for that. Yeah. Here's your Reclusians.
My Reclusians.
Whom I find the concept silly, again, because the Reclusians are the ones who have their mortal ancestors following them. I have to ask, is that a job you sign up for or you get voluntold for? Hey, Grandpa's had a few too many reforgings. We need you to follow him into Skaven Blight because he's the only one who's immune to the toxic fumes. Am I immune to the toxic fumes? Nope.
I got bad news, Josh. There are heroes on this sprue.
There are heroes. Oh.
The head taker and the
_heroes confirmed.
Yep. Heroes on this sprue.
Well, that's a pity, but probably something we should have seen coming.
Yeah. We've accounted for all the Skaven heroes, right?
Yes.
So the Skaven did not get that problem.
Because they're better, yes.
I mean, also, you're right.
I was about to say, you could tell me wrong. Here's what I found most interesting in this. Terrain sprue. Yeah, it's just one brick that you could hit someone with.
Yeah, because their terrain is actually kind of chunky.
Yes.
No flex there.
I can't tell. Is that plastic the same feeling as normal plastic? Because
I don't think
usually GW plastic is some of their plastic that's still made overseas in China. Where their terrain plastic, whereas all their minis plastic is produced in-house in Nottingham. They still farm their terrain plastic out, which means it's of slightly lesser quality. I would also like to point out, let's get a close-up on the best measuring stick ever because it has rats on it.
It's in here?
Yes. The rat stick.
Let's see if I can show.
Oh, I was going to think Cody's going to get it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, Cody's going to get a close-up.
I'm not that smart, guys. Yep. Best measuring stick ever. And I think they fit together. Yeah. They have like this has a little notch. And this has
Yes,
little
it's
notch
a
so they
very
can snap
Star
together.
Wars Legion.
Yeah.
Now, I will say that if you have seen the preview for the new Spearhead only box, it does not come with minis. It only comes with that terrain and a board.
Yeah.
For 65. I think it's like 65 pounds. So it's like $80 USD.
Oh, is it $80?
It's like the most pathetic thing ever.
Oh my god.
Spearhead looks amazing, and we'll be playing it here shortly.
Well,
But that box is very stupid.
yeah. Realizing that it's only one sprue, I knew that was going to be expensive.
Yes.
But yeah, that's pretty bad.
And I kind of wonder if that's where I wanted to get to. Is this box worth the increased cost?
Mhm.
Because we didn't get fewer minis than Leviathan, but we got fewer big models than Leviathan.
True. There was no, Screamer Killer equivalent.
Or the other big bug there that I can never remember the name of, the one with the flamethrower mouth.
The one with the flamethrower mouth. Neurotyrant?
Yes.
Oh, the tentacly?
Yes.
Okay.
The other big bug in that box. Yeah. There's no Ballistus Dreadnought in here, anything like that. And also, then we get to this.
Oh wait, can I get some more plastic?
Yeah, we got some more. We got some more black bases. Can't show that code on camera. Mitchell needs it because how else will he sign up for the battle for Hell's Crown? But here's your books.
Holy.
And did it need to be wrapped in nice paper with a nice seal on it? Or could you have just wrapped it in plastic?
Well, this is more environmentally friendly.
Okay, fine, but don't give me any of that. Same thing with this one. Here's your core. This is the
core rules? Or is this the core rules?
No, this is the core rules. That one has the it's yours. You can open it.
Yeah, the instructions and
cards.
Cards. Yep.
Yes.
The fire and jade.
The accoutrement. Yes.
And yeah, this is like, and I don't know if you can. That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing else in here.
But like,
normally this is like, it has the little dip on the outside where all the stuff goes, and then like the book sits in the middle and everything.
Instead of getting a dip, we got nicely wrapped boxes. Sorry for bumping the mic again.
Interesting.
Instead of getting the dip, we got nicely wrapped boxes. And I don't think that this is the reason it costs $15 more, by the way.
No.
Please do not think I'm saying that. The question is that I don't know what it is in my mind that was triggered by the difference between $250 and $265.
Mm-hmm.
And it triggered in the literal sense of like something tripped a trigger of like, that's too much.
Interesting.
Whereas $250, $250 is worse than $200 for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Follow me on this logic, or
Okay.
maybe I'm just wrong, and this is some kind of neurodivergence or whatever.
But
250 is worse than 200 in a way that 200 is not as much worse than 150.
Okay.
The jump from 150 to 200 is not as bad as the jump from 200 to 250.
It is
in my brain. And furthermore in my brain, for some reason, the jump from 250 to 265 feels worse than the jump from like 220 to 250 was. And I don't know if it's just because I think it's because 265 is when the frog starts to feel the water boiling. You know what I mean?
I do.
Like it's the guy on the seesaw has eaten too many pies and it started to just get a little heavy. I don't know why this guy is sitting on a seesaw eating pies, and I don't know why if I'm concerned about that, but he is, and I'm concerned about it.
It's the same reason Jimmy bought 47 bottles of soap at the store.
Little Jimmy is sitting on the seesaw. Jimmy eats 12 pies. What does he have? Answer: diabetes. Diabetes. Yeah, like 265. For me, this was one of the first times I've looked at a launch box and gone,
See, this is not the first. Okay, that's not true because I was thinking of the other boxes, Ash Wastes, non-AOS and 40K.
Yeah, Necromunda is a travesty of price.
Yeah, Horus Heresy was a $300 starter box.
Although that one was, they just stuffed it with so much, like
They did.
They pushed the limits of how much plastic can we fit in one of our box sizes.
Yeah, it was thicker than this one by a little bit.
Yeah.
I am not so sure I agree. The jump from, I agree that the jump from 150 to 200 is smaller than the jump from 200 to 250.
Yeah.
But I don't agree that the jump from 250 to 265 is bigger.
Well, I mean, okay. Let's
No,
clarify here.
Not
We
bigger.
know math
feels bigger.
How does numbers work?
How do number?
How do number?
Yeah,
I guess I don't know why. It's just that for some reason 250 didn't trip my alarm.
Yeah.
In the same way that 265 has.
Yeah, I don't know why either, because I don't get that.
And has continued to as I pulled apart my box and started assembling. Like, I pulled it apart and I felt disappointed in the amount of stuff I got in a way I have not since buying the Ash Wastes box.
I'm glad you put that caveat on it.
Well, that was the first time I went, I shouldn't have bought this.
Yeah, that's it. Now, it was still a good deal.
And that one was, that one is a good deal in the sense of GW prices its terrain at the wazoo.
Yeah. Well, you got the book, you got 4 $50 boxes, and that there was basically the price of it. And then they're like, oh, there's some terrain for $30 extra.
Yeah. I wonder if my mind will change once I play Spearhead.
That's fair.
Because the nice thing about this box is it does come with Spearhead. And unlike Combat Patrol, Spearhead is getting some pretty rave reviews.
Yes, I agree. It looks way more interesting than Combat Patrol ended up being.
It looks like they learned from the mistakes of Combat Patrol in a lot of ways.
Which is impressive because it was only a year ago.
Right. I really want to play it. Maybe that will change my mind, because maybe the idea of getting a full Spearhead mode in this box without having to buy the Spearhead expansion.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, you got a full Combat Patrol in Leviathan, but you didn't get any terrain.
Right.
Which is somewhat ironic, because terrain is arguably far more important
in 40K.
In 40K.
Yep. You also didn't get a board, which you do in this one.
This is true, too.
And you didn't get I guess the Spearhead cards are included in the Spearhead part. But then that's all one thing that's separate for, how much was that, 70?
Yes, I think so.
So that is why I feel like this one is a better deal than Leviathan was. As much as I am a 40K fan, I like 40K more than Sigmar personally. This edition might change that, but we'll see. It is about the same amount of like units and plastic plus the Spearhead stuff that you didn't get in Leviathan for only $15 more. I feel like it's not that bad.
That's a very good point when you put it that way. I think maybe it's the combination of just that getting close to the 300 mark, you know?
Yeah.
Like
creeping up on 300.
Let's not put this too kindly. The next edition of 40K will have a $300 launch box.
Yeah, probably.
If we're lucky.
Because that'll be 2 years from now.
Right. Inflation.
Yeah, increase it by $50 in 3 years.
You seen GW inflation?
Yeah, I have. Anyway.
But yeah, when you put it like that, I think I'm also missing the big units.
Yeah.
Because Leviathan had a Ballistus and 2 big bugs that made it, that increases value, even though all it had was 2 big bugs, Von Ran sleepers. Well, and the artillery guys.
Yeah.
And the little guys. I don't play Tyranids, can you tell?
Barbgaunts and Termagants.
Yeah.
And the winged prime.
Yeah. Oh, and the wing. Yeah. See that when you start saying that, it sounds like that came with more plastic.
It came with it. I did the math,
but it did not come with terrain.
It did not come with terrain. I did the math. This whole box per side, sorry, not per side, as a whole, came with 1 less unit, but also terrain.
Right, and I guess maybe as somebody who has a butt ton of terrain, maybe that's less valuable.
Yeah, and I have like no terrain.
Right.
So maybe that's why.
That's a very good point. Perhaps this is just me overreacting. And perhaps once I actually get it built and painted and actually play Spearhead, maybe my mind will change.
Fair.
Because I think right now I still have not played Spearhead game. That'll change very shortly. You'll see it on the channel. Stay tuned. But otherwise, yeah, it's weird. It's just maybe it's the 2.5 and 2.65.
Sure.
I don't know why that latter one feels so much worse in my mind. Skaven shrug.
Yeah.
Guess I'll die. I mean, I still bought it.
Yeah, you still bought it.
'Cause rats.
You said that's just the core book, right?
The core book, and it's all the books.
Oh, it's both.
This is the books, yes. There's 2 books in here.
So this is the other stuff.
Yeah.
Again, don't show the knife on camera. Blur it out.
We don't want to get demonetized for YouTube for a box cutting
blur
knife.
it out.
I will say that, let me check if it's in your copy too. Yeah,
Is
okay.
there a typo?
There is a very serious error in the
no.
instructions. For some reason, the Stormcaster first. I don't know why, when
yeah.
clearly the rats should have been a first.
Yeah.
So far, that's hit all of the instruction booklets that I've noticed, but it's not game breaking. You just
Real
have
shame.
to flip to the Skaven part.
That quality control.
Yeah,
man.
I know. Seriously. Seriously. In all seriousness, the models I have put together went together quite wonderfully.
Yeah. Are they all push fit still?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I could have looked at the spruce. I didn't.
They are also push fit, which is kind of
it's fine.
par for the course at this point.
Especially in a starter set, it makes sense.
GW has also upped its push fit game considerably since Soul Wars.
Oh yes, and Soul Wars.
Well,
God,
yeah,
Soul Wars
but I'm
was
thinking
awful.
but when you compare things to like the more recent Underworld's warbands,
sure,
where they're quite nice and they go together quite well. Sometimes you have to shave off a peg to make sure stuff fits, and sometimes you have to make sure you don't go
like bend the dude's head sideways.
Yeah. So we do get you do get a double-sided gaming board, which means there's 2 ways to play Spearhead. I bet they're gonna
come out with more.
Yeah.
Underworlds
DLC expansion packs. I will say that I do not like that the General's Handbook comes in card form.
I do.
See, I like the spiral bound better. I mean, I guess it is.
So they are coming out with the spiral bound one.
They are.
But then you gotta buy the spiral bound one. I guess you can find someone that likes the opposite and like trade with them.
Also, I'd like to point out that for the Battle Tactics card, the Order Battle Tactics and the Chaos Battle Tactics are on the back of the same, front and back of the same card.
Okay.
Which means that if you're both playing Stormcast versus Skaven, you have to pass it back and
forth. Good point. I was like, what's the problem? Oh,
yeah, that's why. I mean, I guess they would have had to print more cards. They did also keep the worst deployment in the world.
And then added it to 40k.
Well, we thought that maybe 40k had taken it from us. They also got weird deployments.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But there's also a lot of there's a lot of missions in here.
Yeah.
This is not as bare bones as the 40k one felt, because Leviathan mission deck was fairly well populated, but not as far as like deployments went.
Yeah, there was what, like 5 deployments?
Yeah, 4 or 5 deployments,
10 missions, and then like 10 twists.
40k was really relying on the secondary missions to spice things up.
Yeah.
Whereas Age of Sigmar already had the battle tactics system in place.
That's true.
So it's not as new.
That's fair.
I'm assuming that's why. And you also get your... What are these? Oh, these are the twists.
Oh, gotcha.
And the battle tactics.
So these are the General's Handbook for matched play.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is Spearhead.
This is Spearhead, yes. Which I like that. I like that's delineated.
Honestly, the thing that disappoints me is that the Spearhead battle tactics and scoring and all that stuff looks so cool. I want to use it in full 40k, full 40k, full Sigmar, because of the like, do I get this? What are they called? Command ability.
Yeah.
Or do I score?
Right.
It sounds very interesting to me compared to I'm just gonna score. And then I have all these battle things.
Yeah, and I wonder if that opens the door for that in later General's Handbooks.
Sure.
Because Age of Sigmar will do what 40k just did, which is, and we've talked about this at length, they like to mix things up.
Yeah.
I trust Age of Sigmar to do it a little better than 40k.
Sure.
Although last edition, Age of Sigmar did, especially towards that last one, I did not like... Goodbye Ant Door, or whatever it was called. The Iceland with a mage stuff. I did not like that.
Goodbye, Iceland.
Yeah. Viewers in Iceland, 0. I did not like that last GHB. No. I didn't play it much for that reason.
It was was always the adding too many rules on top of each other, and the GHB did it the worst. I feel like as long as they keep it about this, like this similar.
Or some wood for me to knock on.
As long as they keep it about this complexity, I think we'll be fine.
Yes. Now they won't.
They won't. You can change it up, just don't make it worse.
Addition bloat is a thing.
Yeah.
GW has said that. Well, first off, they haven't said they're not going to do that for Age of Sigmar.
That's true.
They've made no promises in that regard in Age of Sigmar. They've also not made any promises in the same way about Codex creep, because in 40k they acknowledged Codex creep.
Yeah.
Age of Sigmar, none of that.
Good point. They're like, we know that the codexes are getting too powerful, so we're gonna.
Well, and we know that each additional codex is more powerful.
Yeah.
And to 40k's credit, that has not been a problem.
Yeah.
Now, some of them have been better than others, but it feels like each one that's good is balanced by an Imperial one being really trash.
Except for the most recent. Whatever. It's fine.
What was the most recent Imperial
Sisters.
one? Are they really good? I thought they were.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Did that break the cycle?
Yeah.
Oh, they swapped.
Yeah. Sisters and GSC were the other way around.
They broke the pattern.
Yeah.
All
anyway.
Right. Well, yeah, I will say that as a Skaven player, I am dreading my book coming out so early and then getting left behind, as often happens. But that's what you play multiple factions for.
True.
Wait.
Am
I a sucker?
I think I'm finding the pattern.
I think I might be a sucker.
But yeah, personally, I like what comes in here. I think it's a good deal. I think $265 is not a huge jump.
It's not bad, and I do think it is worth it.
Yeah.
In the sense of you are buying plastic toys to
Yeah,
play war dollies with. That's
the only real downside is that the box from 3 years ago was $65 cheap. $66 cheaper. It was $199.
mm-hmm.
But again, you didn't get as much stuff, so I don't know.
And nobody bought it.
I know. Fair. That's good. It was the orcs' fault. We all know that.
I don't know. Dominion, yeah, I'm sure there's been a billion Dominion retrospectives, but even not counting my apathy towards orcs, especially towards the Cruel Boy style orcs.
Yeah.
I just have such apathy towards that kind of orc specifically.
Yeah.
Compared to Skaven, even trying to remove that bias from my mind, this feels like a way better box than Dominion.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I guess I have trouble saying why, because I don't think it's a better deal, because it's $65 more expensive. You get terrain, but it's $65 more expensive.
Yeah.
Maybe because it comes with an alternate game mode. I don't know.
What a strange phenomena.
But I'm way more excited to open this than I was Dominion.
Oh, that's true. 100%.
Did you even get Dominion?
Yeah, I got two copies.
Oh.
Remember? I got one for free.
Oh, right.
At Adepticon.
I meant at launch.
Oh, heck no.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't play either of those factions till I got the one for free at Adepticon.
Reminds me I need to go buy my second Skaven half so I can have even more new clan rats and more new rat ogres.
Yeah, how many clan rats does that make you have now?
A lot.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, no, I threw out all the old ones. I put them in a blender. Oh, God. No, I did not do that.
I made a slurry.
And then drank it. I don't feel very good.
To cap it all off, this box is great.
Yeah.
I think it is the best launch box. I don't...
We say that every time, right? Like,
I don't know if it's better than Leviathan, because it doesn't...
That's a hard one.
It is a hard one.
I don't think this is objectively better than Leviathan in any way, shape, or form. Not that you can really be objective about this, but I don't think this is like a better deal than Leviathan, even with the new stuff in it. I think it's just different. I think this is appropriately Age of Sigmar and not just an Age of Sigmar copy of Leviathan.
That's fair. I like that comparison. I like that.
And I am super excited to get my rats on the table.
Yeah. Now I'm just upset I have to, go to work and not build these models.
If it helps, makes you feel any better, I've been building models by candlelight. So...
Doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Hope I didn't mess that up.
Yeah.
Speaking of messing up, let us know below if we messed anything up. So we can ignore you. No, I'm kidding. We always appreciate the feedback. Let us know what faction you are most excited to play, because once all of the faction packs come out, we've decided what we're going to do, rather than doing them piecemeal, which is what GW wants you to do, right? They want you to look at the Order factions and go, oh my god, Order is so powerful. And the next day, today, Chaos comes out, oh my god, Chaos is so powerful. No, we're going to wait until we see all of it. And then we will do a rundown on our winners and losers for these new faction packs.
There you go.
So let us know below which one you're desperately hoping isn't garbage tier Gloomspite gets. And we'll see you then.
Bye.